Hello and welcome to today's RG351M video. So this time we're going to be having a look at the classic Neo Geo Pocket Color. This was a fantastic little handheld, not dissimilar to the size that we're actually looking at on the RG351 here. They were about the same sort of size, maybe not quite as wide. Certainly one of the classic games that I had when I had mine. I had one of these back in the day, the Neo Geo Pocket Color, and I had this very version of Sonic. It was probably one of their flagship titles. I believe it was a launch title, and back in the day this was fantastic, but I have to say, playing it here, it wasn't quite as smooth as the more recent sort of Sonic games I've been playing, which I have to say is predominantly the Mega Drive version, which is still the ultimate classic. But this is still really good. It's not the same level that you're used to with the Mega Drive. It is unique, and there are some unique levels on this one, and it is very, very good. Certainly at the time, it was incredible, absolutely incredible to be playing this on a handheld in colour. Certainly quite a collectible little console these days, the Neo Geo Pocket and Pocket Color, and the games are quite expensive as well. They were really difficult to find in the UK, which is where I'm based, and I remember Game, which hadn't been around long at the time, they did stock it, but they only had a tiny little section. So consequently I only had maybe 5 or 6 games in total, a few of which we will see today. This was one of the ones that I owned back in the day as well, and it's just the arcade perfect version of Pac-Man. And the interesting thing with this, although I'm playing it here in full screen, you can actually change the settings so that the screen is a bit more, it's a bit larger, and it sort of follows the Pac-Man around. Of course, forgetting of course that I can actually use the joystick. But it is in actual fact a super realistic, arcade perfect version of the very first version of Pac-Man. So all the old tricks and cheats work on it, like the safety spot and things like that. And as you would expect on a device of this sort, anything released on the original Neo Geo Pocket Color plays absolutely fine. No slowdown whatsoever. It's a perfect emulation experience. This is SNK versus Capcom. Do like these style of games. They're instantly pick up and play, which is why I like them. And there's so many of them. If you start looking into it, there is stacks and stacks. But they're great fun, and I certainly love them. Certainly this console did have a few fighting games on it, and I certainly don't mind them. But I can't get over how expensive the consoles themselves are, and also the original games. They really, really are expensive these days. It's become quite a collectible little system, this. So it wouldn't be one of my videos if there was a Metal Slug game released for it. I usually test it out because I'm a huge fan of the Metal Slug series. This is the very first one, so it's not the greatest Metal Slug game, but I still think it's excellent. And well, you have a look in a minute. You know what to do on these, but they're great fun. These Metal Slug games, I really, really do enjoy them. With this one, rather than you having lives, you've actually got a life bar, which slowly decreases as you play through the game and get hit. Didn't do very well that time. King of Fighters. Another classic fighting game. This is King of Fighters R2, round 2. And these fighting games is something that the console did very, very well. We just got time for one more, which is Puzzle Bobble. I'm sure we've all seen this one before, but it is like all the games that we've seen and all the games that I've tried on the RG350 and 351. They all play absolutely fine. You're not going to have any sort of issue with SNK games, but I do encourage you to go through your ROM collection and just try a few games at random, because you'd be amazed at the stuff that's actually on there. It really is quite incredible. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that very brief look at the Neo Geo Pocket Color emulated on the RG351, in this case the RG351M. If you have enjoyed today's video, do please give it a thumbs up. Do please consider subscribing for regular vintage RG351 content, and I shall look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.